Please be working. Hi guys, we're back. Tail between the legs. Half of us.
We're back.
Hey, you two, you there?
We're here.
I don't know if chat's there. Is chat there? Somebody say hello.
Hey, ain't no one gonna be there yet, bro.
Take two, Stoney.
All right, we're live.
Stoney.
Stoney, give us a HD or not. It's gotta be surely now.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right. Boys, I don't know what they heard from us earlier or what they didn't hear from us earlier.
What they saw and didn't see.
Yeah. Oh, God, there were some sights to be seen earlier. Anyway, welcome to half of FFTV HQ here and half of FFTV HQ there. You look like really blue.
Yeah, it's the blue.
Yeah, we've got blue background.
Right.
Yeah, tone it down a bit.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Well, Ez looks brown again.
Just because you're jealous.
Always look like a Smurf anyway, don't I?
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we're here. We're testing it. Thank you for your patience. We were reading through your comments while we were refixing everything. You lot have got some sense of humor on you. I'll tell you that much. So,
as Mike Tyson once said, everybody has a good plan until they get smacked in the face. And now we've been smacked in the face.
That is true, but I think you misquoted it, mate.
Yeah, I know. I think I did.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like halfway through, but I gave up.
Anyway, all right. Well, we're here in Nottingham. We're here in FFTV HQ. If there's time, we're going for a quick one. And you guys, if you're in Nottingham and you're local, you're more than welcome to join us. And if you remember, maybe we'll buy you a free one. I don't know. But if anyone's around, where are we going to be?
I don't know what to call it now.
Waterside Bar on Trent Bridge.
That's it.
Yeah. So if anyone's around, let us know, and we'll nip there for maybe half an hour or so after the stream. See how it's going. The guys over there, Dino, Ez.
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah, let's get talking football. I think today's really more just a casual one, really. I mean, I had my rant earlier on.
It's certainly fucking casual.
It's definitely casual now, yeah. Yeah, why not, Pat? Why not, innit? We'll
Get time, Pat.
Yeah, Pat's suddenly very interested, isn't he? But yeah, so I just want a casual stream. Wanted to see the boys in flesh. I wanted to check Dino is actually a real person. I can confirm he is not. He's just as Mardy in real life.
Oh, you know what?
Oh, you know what? I can't cuss
that video that Marlene took of you earlier.
Oh no.
Got your best angle, mate.
Guinness.
Think of that, Sharky's straight in. Look, Guinness. Yeah. Did somebody say Guinness?
Yeah, but he's out in Derby, isn't he? He's out in Derby. Evening, Mark. How you doing? But yeah, if anyone wants to come down. It'd be lovely to see some of you guys. Very short notice, we know, but whatever. Yeah, problem is I can't be as much of a prick now because you can all literally punch me. I'm in the same.
That's what we're relying on.
All right, I'm going to behave myself today. I'm going to behave myself today. All right, Dino, you gave us kind of, I think, what you thought about the match, post-match. How are you feeling about it today?
Sit back, you're making you look big and me small.
What do you want me to do?
I don't feel.
By the way, how cute do we look in our FFTV tops?
Me and my FFTV buddy.
Right.
You want to be right, how do I feel about it today?
Coming soon, available soon.
Pretty similar, actually. Probably not as angry at Cooper because I don't think the players are doing what he's asking to do. But I think it's a bit of everybody, my friend. I think it's a bit of no pressing. I think it's a bit of tactics, a bit of team selection. Why he's putting Lingard on and not Scarpa, I do not know. I think the passing's atrocious. We can't seem to string a pass together. The tackling's atrocious on the midfield. Still the same, really. We're just pale up front, aren't we? As pale as me up front.
Now, Dino, you've been told by Fletcher today that you're not allowed to be negative.
I know, well,
it sounds like you're not heeding his advice, mate.
If I get a bit of time tomorrow, I'll probably clip Fletcher's clips where he's actually slagging people off in the Forest team. I'm sure I'll be able to find some because I remember some.
Yeah, as long as you're not local, you're not a local born player, he seems to be able to slag you off, and that's allowed, by the way. That's allowed.
What was he saying about Niakate, man? I know we're going off topic here, but that's what wound me up for earlier, man.
It
the
just
way
felt like
he
you were
was.
saying it was Niakarte's fault that he's been injured longer and he's not followed protocol, according to Fletch, who obviously is in the know and none of the rest of us are. But we've got to take his word for it, I guess. But yeah, it's very opinionated, very. I'll say it off his own arse. I'll say it. I don't care. I don't care what's he
Say
going to
it
do. I'll say it again off his own fucking arse. What's he going to do? Block me? Oh.
Oh God, let's not go into that whole Twitter blocking fiasco, man. But yeah, it's. I kind of really today what I want to do. I mean, we've talked the Spurs game to death. I want to have a general look at what's going on in and around us, because I mean, Dino, you were messaging a lot about Southampton yesterday. I thought you turned into a Saints fan the way you were
No.
lyrical about them. But you're right in terms. Well, tell the guys what you thought about the Southampton play against Manchester United yesterday.
I'm sure some of the chat saw it, but even though they were down to Man U were down to 10 men, I still think they could have got a result out of that quite easily. They had lots of shots at goal. De Gea made a couple of really good saves, hit the woodwork a couple of times, but just generally their play was forward thinking. Every time they got the ball, they wanted to go forward. They kind of had much better shape than we did. They all seemed, I know it sounds daft, but they all seemed to be in the right positions. And whenever they got the ball on the wings, there wasn't just a striker in the middle. There was two of the midfielders right on the edge of the box. I mean, when have we last seen that with Freuler, with Mangala, with all of them really, other than Yates? He's the only one that pushes forward. Look at you two.
I missed him, man. I'm not going to lie. This big fucking annoying twat.
Everybody thinks you're drunk, but you don't drink.
No, you don't even drink. This is bloody Diet Coke, mate. It's gone to
It's
your
not
head.
even a 7-Up. It's not even a 7-Up.
Or a cherry.
But I'm going to add to that because, the difference is it looks like they're trying. It looks like they're fighting. We're all in a relegation fight. None of us are clear of it. And it looks like the other teams are fighting and we're not. And that's what's annoying all of us. That you go into a game, even if you think you're going to lose, fight for it. Make a fist of it. I'd rather, and I've made this point, I can't remember what night we were last on, but the fact that how many times away from home have we actually gone at another team? Because I can't remember a single time when we have attacked a team.
Yes, can you remember a single time at home?
To an extent, I've got to say, no, not
Normally
off the top of my
second
head.
half, isn't it, Ez? Normally second half.
second
When you
half
get towards the trench end,
performances,
we'll give it a go.
I'd say Leicester. It's a genuine question now. I know I'm kind of catching
No,
you
we've
guys.
we've not come out of the blocks and piled forward and looked to attack.
Because even Leicester
We
missed
did
a
in the
couple of
second half
sitters.
against Leicester.
That's what I'm saying. Second half,
Yeah.
second half
Second
we
half.
do.
Yeah.
And
Not
in
from
between
the start,
the
no.
Everton goals, I'd say in between the Everton goals as well. What's that say? Forrest ain't got the wrong set of keys.
It means because I got you.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? It's
Isn't
like,
It's a bit more of a sure thing than dogging. So you tell me.
remember, Dino, we're in the same building here. But yeah, I just want to see us attack. Like, everyone was talking about the second half Spurs performance as well, in particular the happy clappers, as if suddenly Forest were the ones who initiated attack mode on. And I just think that's everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I'll say it. That's one of the dumbest opinions I've heard.
You've seen it loads of times. In fact, even as a Forest fan, if we've, in the past when we used to score goals in the first half, I used to know that in the second half, it wouldn't be the same. In the second half, we'd kind of sit, which is natural.
Yeah.
We'd kind of sit back and just absorb the pressure and take the points.
Yeah.
And that's what Spurs did. They were 2-0 up, cruising. We were posing no threat. They just took their foot off the gas and let us come on to them. Went away and scored another goal and then just sat back again.
God.
And do you feel like they had another gear in them?
Tottenham.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Another 2 or 3 gears.
Because what I'm thinking...
Second off, yeah.
Hey, can you two listen in, please?
Sorry, we were just having a cuddling bit like you two.
Yeah,
We're a
exactly.
bit jealous in here.
Yeah,
we start off really slowly, don't we? We seem to
So we were talking about
us.
cuddling.
You
Start
two
off with a
straight
little
out.
cuddle.
Yeah,
And then
it's
we move on.
walked in here.
And then a look in the eye.
Oh.
We do need
Can we leave them
FFTV
to it?
balaclavas.
Yeah.
Oh, we need one for Ant's face, that's for sure. Yeah.
That
But
hurts,
anyway,
Tony,
what were we
that
talking
hurts.
about?
Road
Something
man
about
hoodies.
Forest.
Tottenham won it second half, foot off the gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they had this another gear to go to, and that's what worries me a bit, man. Because I watched them against Wolves, and they were crap. They were real crap.
Yeah.
And Wolves, and what annoys me is when we played Wolves, when we went to Molineux, Wolves were crap. We were crap as well, but Wolves were crap. I think there's a lot of crap teams in this league. You know, I don't know how we're calling it.
You know what? Even the teams towards the top of the league are
crap.
are not that great. No, you got Man City, you got Arsenal, Man U doing pretty well, but couldn't even beat near the bottom of the table, Southampton. So there's actually, apart from Man City and Arsenal, there's no and Liverpool at Anfield. There's nobody else to be scared of. So why are we scared?
That's a great point.
I'm not scared of Liverpool at Anfield, mate. I'm sticking with that. That's going to be our last away win of the season.
Happy clapper.
I'm sticking with it, mate. I've still got my prediction still on the cards. Yours is dead.
We just look like Siamese twins, don't we? Less than you two. I love Longy Yeti's comment there.
Yeah. Can you should we just do 2 streams? Do you 2 want a room to yourself or something?
It's all right. We've got a room to ourselves.
It's really comfy.
Fantastic.
Let's see what the chat is there. Let's bring some of the chat's comments up. Pete's saying, "Have I calmed down now?" A bit, mate, but honestly, I'm getting pissed off with some of the people in the fan base who think they can tell us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I am. Could you not tell?
I didn't get that.
No?
I didn't get that from the video earlier. No.
Do you know, it really bugs me. It really bugs me.
Does it begin with F and end in Lecture?
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, we're Forest fans, and I can't speak for anybody else, but nobody's got the right to tell me how I should feel about my club.
I don't get that.
Nobody's got the right to tell me whether I should criticise a player or not. Nobody. Obviously, personal abuse, no. That's wrong.
Yeah, I wouldn't call anyone a cunt, for example. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. But
other than amongst friends,
criticising a player is the way you feel, and you are perfectly valid to express that feeling. You might be wrong, you might be right, but it's your opinion.
Yeah, but you know what it is, Ant, right? It's like what this match Spurs showed for me. Spurs is different to how you're an Arsenal fan, not for you, but maybe for say Dino, right? Losing to Spurs for Dino would be like losing to a Chelsea, yeah? But for me, losing to Spurs is like, ripping my heart out because of my brother, right? And people have got to understand that there'll be certain teams like Ez's brother supports Liverpool, yeah? If we lose to Liverpool, even though you expect it to happen, then Ez is going to react more pissed off than say I would, because I don't mind Liverpool.
I've got to bring up the fact that my brother supports Forest. We were well brought up.
Yeah. When do you 2 fight then? When one of you says one player's shit and the other happy claps.
We haven't even seen that comment. I love that comment.
Nick's just got the comment of the evening.
Not Siamese twin, Frankie Boyle and Tiger Woods.
Which one's which?
If there's a prize, you want it, Nick.
But there isn't. Sure, listen. What do we need to do, though? It's all right talking about Tottenham. What do we need to change?
But let me just go back to that criticising and complaining point, because no doubt these same mofos who are telling us we can't have an opinion now definitely had an opinion during the Chris Hughton era, definitely slagged off players and managers during that era, but everyone's got really short memories, haven't they? But, you can go through their channels and through their videos and you'll see the shit that we were chatting then.
Not only that, but I heard Mr. Fletcher earlier saying how Dennis is not a player, he's not a footballer, there's nothing in him, he's got nothing for it, nothing for this team. So that's okay. But if you say something about Joe Worrell, it's not okay.
So
that's how it works.
But if Dennis was from Nottingham, do you think he would have said that?
No.
Of course not. No.
I mean, I don't understand. It's almost like the whole freaking migrant issues, Brexit FC style here. For me, when someone wears the Forest shirt, that's it. I don't care who they are. I want you to play well. If you play well, I'm going to freaking... I was going to say something there. But I'm going to pat you on the back, shall we say. If you play crap, I'm going to say you play crap. I don't care if you're from Nottingham or goddamn wherever. That's my thoughts on it. But I just think people need to understand that opposition as well has an important factor in it, because there are different hatred levels towards oppositions and a loss to an opposition that you really can't stand cuts really deep, man.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. I mean, I've not got a fondness for Tottenham, so it really pissed me off when we lost to Tottenham, the way that we lost to Tottenham.
I'm sure he left him hanging.
But obviously, it's
Should
not
we
going to
try
cut
it?
us deep.
Let's try it.
I've not got a brother that I've
That's
got
how
to live
it's
with.
straight up.
Bro.
Will you shut up a minute?
Yeah, we're just watching you all leaving him hanging when he's trying to fist
Obviously,
bump
I've not got
you.
a brother I live with that I have to face, so I can keep that,
Yeah.
inside, if you like. I don't have to face it. So I understand why. It's
Can I
more
ask you a
frustrating.
question, then? Yeah. How are you going to feel when we play Arsenal, second last game of the season? Let me put a scenario to you.
I know
right?
that's coming.
Right.
If we're safe
No.
and they
no.
need to win the league championship,
yeah,
it's
well-
that kind of thing. Whoa, tricky one.
Seriously.
Not so much, because if it was Liverpool or Man U or Spurs that were challenging them, then I would actually say, look, if we're safe, I wouldn't mind a draw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just
Chalky,
Man City,
we'll only
don't
go
give a
there.
shit about Man City. Let me tell you this, right? A few years ago, I hate Manchester United, right? I fucking hate Manchester United with a passion. A few years ago,
You love Cox.
Newcastle were clear at the top of the league, and they were losing that league, and they came down to play Forest at Newcastle came down to play Forest. I remember in the pub saying, to this Newcastle guy I was with, talking to, that I actually, I wouldn't mind if Newcastle won, because we were miles safe. It was not an issue. But when Ian Wone scored that goal, I went fucking crazy, and I thought, oh, maybe it does matter after all. You know what I mean?
You sound like, you two look like and sound like the Muppet Show. You know those two guys that sit on the edge? That's the worst show I've
Frankie
ever heard.
Boyle and Tiger Woods.
I get the Frankie Boyle. I don't quite get the
Yeah,
Tiger
I don't know,
Woods.
but they
2v2.
found it funny.
That's it.
Yeah, it's good.
Bring it
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Bring it on.
Oh, incidentally, I'd like to apologise to the chat. If you expected any insightful football talk or anything, it's not happening at the moment. We're just talking about. So.
Speak for
This
yourself.
is it's not a therapy stream, but it's just a.
That's it.
It's a
Well,
chill
basically, we wanted to meet up and have a chat, and we thought we may as well go live. I think that's basically what it is.
stream. Yeah. All right. Dino,
Yeah.
say something.
Okay, let me do an impression of Ant then. Let me do an impression of Ant. In Clough's day, yeah, when Ian Wone, when he put that one in, it was amazing. How about that? That'll do.
Cunt.
That was bad. This wasn't angry enough. It wasn't angry enough, mate.
No, that was him being nice. Ez can only do it as angry as Ant, because Ez is kind of becoming Ant.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back. Let's get back and talk serious now, right? So,
Okay, say something smart. Oh my god.
no, I didn't say
How
that.
about that? Sorry.
Anyway,
All right, I'll
Dino,
say
you were.
something smart. I'll say something smart. We need to get back to basics. Basics like pass and move. The amount of teams that I see pass, move, make space. So they're playing in triangles all the way up. We don't do it. Mm-hmm. We need our midfielders to tackle and pass. The amount of passes that went astray from Shelby was unbelievable in that last couple of games, right? I'm not saying drop him. I'm saying he needs to not play 100-yard Hollywood balls all the time.
Yeah.
Not rely too much on Jono. Play a 4-2-3-1, because it's still no good with three in midfield. It's a bit like 3 at the back. That was no good. We changed to 2 at back, no different. Probably better, right? So have 2 in the middle, 2 with energy. Yates, and I don't know, I won't put the invisible man in there at the minute.
No. Yates and
Wait,
Danilo.
Dino, are you going to
Danilo.
3?
Danilo for me. And I've got to see Scarpa back, regardless. Whatever else you do around your formation, bring Scarpa back in. And then
And
then
I'd
we'll
like to see
deal with the
Danilo
rest.
as well.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Simple football, attacking.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think you make a good point. The only thing I'd say to it, it's like, is it even worth discussing formations right now when, I'll be straight, that team can't pass, man. That team is probably the worst passing team in the league, man, and it's kind of embarrassing.
Could that be, though? Because I do believe that there are players in here that can pass. Could that be, though, because of whether it's the formation or the tactics we're playing, players aren't available for our players to pass to. They're all so deep.
Yeah, pass and move. That's what I mean by pass and move.
There's got to be movement.
Maybe it's not they can't pass. It's they've got nobody to pass to, so they look around. There's nobody there, so they pass sideways or backwards.
Let me give you a great example of that, Anne. Second half, Shelby got the ball, passed it to Dennis. He succeeded because it was only 10 yards, right? Pass it. Dennis starts to run. Now, Shelby should have run outside him, but didn't. He ran right into the middle, and it was like everybody over here left him with 2 players to beat and then one behind. And then Dennis loses the ball, and everybody's like, Dennis has lost it.
Yeah.
He had nobody to pass to.
Yeah.
He had no choice. It seems strict.
Yeah.
Jono's always running on his own. It's crazy. We do need Scarps. I agree.
I feel really sorry. I feel really sorry for any ball playing midfielder that gets the ball and looks up and there's nobody to pass to. I feel really sorry for him. You know what I mean?
Because it's disjointed, aren't we?
It's cutting off their ability. You know.
Kay, you missed a disaster, mate. If you've just come in, it was a new setup earlier, but that was a disaster, so we reverted to setup B.
You know what? It was so funny though. I think we need to clip that up and just make some shorts from it. It was so bad. It was funny, man. I quite enjoyed it. I quite enjoyed watching Dean get stressed out. He's like, kill it, kill everything, kill you as well.
Back to basics. Back to basics.
That's what he said, didn't he?
I did.
At least he followed through, mate.
That's the worst thing I ever heard.
Whose fucking idea was this?
Excuse me.
Here's
Told
an
you it
interesting
wouldn't
one.
work. Told you it wouldn't
To
work.
Scarpa. Do you want to tell the Lodgy story? Everybody's seen the Lodgy story today. That Lodgy's been into the manager.
Oh no! Tell everyone, Dino. Uncle Dean,
He's been
tell
in,
everyone. The
well,
story.
you know, don't you? You came in with it, didn't you? Tell us.
Did
Or was
I?
it
No,
you?
it wasn't me. It was
I
Jan.
was
told
Anne,
you.
wasn't
Oh, is it Uncle Ann? Go on.
But you could.
Plan.
Well, basically, Lodgy went in to ask Steve Cooper why Danilo and Scarpa aren't playing, and he said Cooper told him it's to do with acclimatisation and getting them ready for the league. So he says, so I went back and told the lads that was the reason.
Acclimatization of the climate.
Yeah, I mean, Sarah's got a good point here, you know, but Roy Keane, can you imagine how he would have reacted to that? He already said that, didn't he?
Well, he's not having a baby.
He's not a baby, isn't he?
Yeah, but if he was on the bench, not available for selection, but he was on the bench against Tottenham, so he travelled. He went down there.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's
he
the
wasn't
difference
away
between
with his
sitting there
wife
and getting on the
kid,
pitch? I assume he trains every day. I don't know any manager that would allow a player not to train. So I assume he trains every day. So, I mean, that might be the reason, but I don't understand it if it is.
And the other one they're chucking in is about him being a dad.
That's what we're on about.
Yeah, that's what we're just
pay attention.
responding to
Right,
now. But he
Yeah.
like
The other one is the crypto thing, but that was in August.
Yeah,
when
August
that-
the 19th. Yeah.
when that actually.
But like
happened.
Ant just
So-
said, he was on the bench. Not he wasn't in the squad. But he was
Yeah,
on the
he was,
bench
yeah.
on Saturday. So
He had the
it's not as if
forest
he was
jacket on
away.
and everything.
Yeah, it's not as if he was away with his wife and kid. You know, so
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, so-
I don't know. It's just annoying me. What you said about the climatization thing, I'm wondering if Loddy mistranslated it. And it wasn't acclimatization; it was just climate because of the snow. You know, been like that. But
People are under misconception.
Find your way to the station, something like that.
But he said they
People are
trained in
under
the snow.
misconception that it's actually never cold in Brazil. It can get cold in Brazil. You know,
joking aside, though, right? Why is it that Scarpa and Danilo got chucked in quite early on?
I was going to say that.
Yeah, and then ditched.
It
And why
wasn't
is
that
it?
about acclimatization, surely. That's why
Exactly.
we were chucked in. Acclimatized to the squad and everything like that. You're right. When we first came in, we didn't expect to see them for a few weeks, but we saw them straight away from the
I was
friendlies.
really
Southampton
chuffed about
game,
that.
wasn't
I thought, oh, it's going to be one of those where we don't see him for months, but no, straight in. I thought, brilliant, great, and then they disappear, both of them.
Do you guys want a fun stat? And I've put it up on our Twitter account if you guys haven't heard it. But in the 5 games Scarpa was involved in, yeah. Do you know how many points we got out of 15? Yes, thank you.
10, wasn't it?
5
No,
more, 7
More.
8
keep going.
9
Mr. and Mrs.
10. Bloody hell!
Do you know how many points we've got without him being involved in the last games?
2.
Not many.
2.
Fucking hell.
Now, I'm not saying Scarpa is the one who gave us those 10
Yeah.
points.
No.
Yeah,
But he's the best passer in the club.
yeah.
And
we
certainly
got
the
past.
best corner taker and penalty taker as well.
Right, mate. Those corners.
Can I, there's one formation that we haven't tried yet, and that's Frankie's first one. 4-2-31. I like that. We might stand
help.
a chance of a draw.
Might help.
Mate, even with
But then he
31
changed it and ruined it. I like your first one, Frankie. We haven't got 31 strikers, mate, unfortunately.
they still wouldn't get the ball to them anyway. It's, it's true. It's true. You know, and what you're saying about the passing, Ant, is spot on. And Dino always goes on about he's the best passer in the game.
Beautiful.
What does that say? I've been saying it for several games. We're either passing it straight to an opponent or the pass is being telegraphed. Yeah, or it's being Hollywooded, Mark, like crazy forward. The other thing is I want to ask you about is the tactics. Now, I'm not talking about it from the negative tactics now. I want to talk about his actual tactics. And it's tactics that we've talked about probably even into last season as well, right? And am I wrong if I said our tactic is get the ball to Jono, as in the right-hand channel? Is it becoming too predictable, those tactics?
It certainly is. And if that is our only plan, there's no plan B, then we are going to come unstuck away from home or at home because, again, the majority of our goals have come down our right-hand side. And, you know, if that, in a way, it's obviously it's our main way of attacking. But if it's too often, then we said about the imbalance with the left-hand side, and that's not changed all season. So what is... I heard Berto say today, in training, you should see them closing down. It's like, why can't you transfer that to the game? If you can't praise them in training, if they can't bring it onto the pitch. So if they're doing all the right things in training, what's going wrong when it comes to a match day? Because he's given them the same instructions. Are those players getting stage fright at these big set stadiums, like Simon says? Or is it the fact that they haven't got the confidence? They're kind of going out with a game plan now, okay, soak up as much as you can and then we'll go for them. And that's what seems to be happening because we don't go attacking any team anyway. And if anything, Spurs were there for the taking. That first 20 minutes, we could have kept them quiet. But no, they had a goal disallowed, which on reflection shouldn't have been disallowed. And, you know, we gave them the upper hand from the first minute. So whatever the tactics are, they're not working. We're not transferring. He's apparently getting it right in training, but whatever's happening on a match day, whether it's down to his team talk before the match or whatever it is, it's not working. And you can put it down to tactics. But I think the players are kind of being sheltered too much from this because they're the ones who ultimately, when they're on the pitch, it's down to them. And you're telling me they're not smart enough to figure it out? I'm sorry.
Yeah, but just to interrupt and kind of side move the point on that, Dino, do you think the players are clearly not pressing? Yeah, me and you have been not arguing, but crying about the lack of pressing. Yeah,
Probably one of the only clubs that don't press.
I'd say the only club that doesn't press. But is that, in your opinion, lazy players, specific instructions from managers? And chat, what do you think about this? I think even the happy clappers would agree that Forest don't press from the front, yeah? But is it, and here are your options, chat and Dino, is it players being lazy? Is it instructions from Cooper and his management? Or is it a mixture of both? Go Dino, go chat.
I would say some of it is Cooper and the tactics, because when you see they don't really press from the front, do they ever? Unless they're 2-0 down and they're getting a batter in, about to get a batter in. You see them as soon as they get the ball, they drop back and sit deep, and they don't really push until people enter some way into the Forest half, and then they'll do a kind of semi-press, but it is a semi-press. It's not really a proper press. The only time we've really pressed was against. No,
it was Awoni. Awoni was pressing in that game, and he put Gomez and Virgil van Dijk under severe pressure, and that's part of the reason we won that game.
Yeah, but who we got for pressers in this team? Felipe, Aurier,
but it's from the front,
Yeah, I was going to say that. Forget the defenders. It's the midfield and attackers.
It's the midfield.
Who do you think has pressing in them?
Well,
Colback.
Wood hasn't. MGW does a bit. John
MGW has.
MGW does a bit.
If you're doing it on your own, it's pointless, isn't it?
Dennis does, but he's not playing much.
IU did a little bit, but again, they were sat back, so they gave him the opportunity to press. But it has to happen as a team. One person press.
Yatesy presses.
Yeah, but he's not pressing high up the pitch, is it? That's the second line press.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
So I think we've got. Go on.
No, go on,
I was just going to say, I think we've got still that midfield trio problem for me. We've got the players, I just think they're in the wrong order. I mean, Mangala is kind of a bit of a shuffler up and down, isn't he? He doesn't really do much box to box, and he doesn't do a massive amount of work. Yeah, Dennis presses, I agree with that. Yeah. Then you've got Shelby, who's trying these Hollywood balls, and if it's gone past him, he'll never chase after it because he's not got the pace or the. He just can't. He just doesn't, does it? I don't know why. He just doesn't. But I think
it looks lazy. Yeah.
Spacebar said that. You need players with legs around him. Yates has been out. He's got the legs, and you've got Freuler. I don't know. Just again,
Freuler.
Just before, hold on, boys. Just before we jump onto that, I want to bring the chat's comments in on the press, and then I want to talk about this Shelby Freuler, the debate we've had this afternoon between us. I kind of want to put it live to the chat. Lucky Robot saying Yatesy and Coyote. Coyote does press. He can be a little erratic in his positional play, but overall he was getting really good before he got injured. Baz is saying team selection. Can you imagine Shelby and Freuler trying to press? That's exactly the topic we're moving on to next, Bird. Yeti's saying Freuler could press this team shirt before the game. Oh, you're going to get told off by Fletch, mate. Watch yourself. Watch yourself.
That's all right. It's foreign.
True. Yeah, no, carry on. The second line press is Cooper's first line press. Sci-fi, I'd even go a step further than that. Kyoto will be back after the break. This whole talk about players coming back after the break, I'm getting like hot flushes and flashes of everyone saying this before the World Cup when they're saying after the World Cup we'll have all our players back. Yeah, I'm still waiting for that. I'm not holding on to that anymore. Suck my unit, says Crypto. We will.
Okay.
Whatever that means.
Think Shelby will score soon. He'll have to get up the pitch to score.
Yeah,
Sada
exactly.
says Dennis won us the free kick leading to the equalising goal against Everton, and he won the pen against Spurs, which we missed, yes. And yet people still cuss him down. He needs to change his birth certificate. Just put NG postcode and you'll be fine, mate. Wake up saying midfield of MGW Yates and Scarpina. Danilo has legs for years. Stoney's got a little liking to the Danilo there. Tommy's saying, but pressing versus Liverpool was viable because Liverpool's defense played so high. Yeah, but all teams get to play high against us, man, at the moment. They really do. Let's move this on. What kind of new setup is this? We're just with the boys today. We're up in Nottingham. We're going to be going. Where are we going after this?
Waterside Bar.
Yeah, if anyone wants to join us, you're going to be you're more than welcome to. It's just that's why it's called a live special. So yeah, join us after the stream. There's already like 160 of you in here. Please don't forget to hit the like button. I can't see it here because I'm not in my usual studio. So make sure you hit that like button. Ant's gonna check.
33 likes, guys. Come on, man.
How many?
33, and we've got 157 watching. Come on, guys.
Come on.
Lads and ladies.
Our first attempt may have been shit, but we did spend about 6 hours trying to catch it up.
Second attempt shit as well.
To be honest, yeah.
But we looked for it.
Stoney, you're in charge of the likes. You're going to let us know when it hits 100 likes, yeah? Which will be very soon. And even though the first attempt was shit, we got more views on that than some YouTubers get.
All right.
Anyway, I want to move on to this Shelby Freuler debate. You two in the other side of the world, right? We've been debating this quite a lot. And I put the hypothesis to I think I was talking with you, Dino, wasn't I, about it? Shelby and Freuler cannot play in the same team. It's a bit like letting Ez and Ant in the same room. It doesn't work. You get 144p.
This is why this is doing well, because we've got good mojo between us.
You go white, brown, it works, so it's good.
You're not brown, mate. Fucking hell.
And put your hand against me now, seriously. Guys in the chat.
There's not a lot of difference.
There's no difference. Look at this.
There you go.
It's camera holidays, mate.
That's it.
You got some Arab blood that we don't know about. Anyway, right? What were we talking about?
Scottish blood.
Scottish blood, yeah. That whitens me a little, man.
Yeah.
I should have been born in
Get on with it. What are you going to say? Get on with it.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
Shelby Freuler.
Shelby Freuler, yeah. So it's a bit like, Ez and Ant not being in the same room. My hypothesis to you and to the chat is those two are too similar. They don't have legs. If you're gonna play them, you don't play them both. Yeah, you got cracking legs. Let me finish the goddamn thing. You don't play them both. I would go as far to say as I wouldn't play either right now. But I'll come on to that why. But would you guys agree, way over there, and you guys in the chat, do you think playing them together is the wrong thing to do? Dino, go on, Dino.
I think they're too similar.
Yeah.
Freuler tackles a bit more.
Listen, just because you're sitting next to me doesn't mean you can't ask me a question.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're here. Sorry, Ant. All right, go on, Ant. So you can shut up. So go on.
Right,
Sorry,
right.
mate. Sorry.
I'll ask you a question, Ant.
Briefly going back to Freuler, I wouldn't say Freuler was a presser. He's a closer downer, which is not quite the same thing.
That's some great English, mate.
Yeah, I just made That's all right. I'm all right. So I would say he's more of a closer downer, i.e., he does make the effort to close. Oh, the back. He does make the effort to close the play down, but he's not. I don't know if he's not quick enough or not aggressive enough to actually press. So that's my views on Freuler. As regards Shelby, I think we need to be a little bit careful about too much criticism of Shelby because he has got I believe he's got the ability. He's certainly compatible, but he's been playing that far deep in a very poor defensive and midfield units. He's not been.
Sorry, Ant farted, guys. It stinks.
Oh, that's so rude. Listen, I can accept all sorts, but not crudity, please, gentlemen.
Gentlemen.
Oh, God.
Yeah, gentlemen, yeah. Yeah, so I think that he has got the ability, but he needs to be playing further up the field. And as we've said, with players around him, players that will give him the legs, will make the runs for him because he can't do that. But he has got passing ability. So, I don't think we need to criticise him too much. It's not his fault where he's being played in the kind of system he's being played in at the moment.
And that light does no justice to your beautiful face, mate.
I know. I keep saying it. I mean, if people weren't so tight-fisted, I'd be able to get myself a nice new fancy camera.
Gentlemen, we have quite an exquisite argument here.
Interesting. All right. Okay. Over to you, as you tell us about Freuler and Shelby.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I think
it's not
said
coming back.
That Freuler needs a rest, and I contest he still needs a rest. I don't understand why Cooper's not taking him out of the limelight a little bit. But I agree, you can't play them both together. And I don't want to see that on Friday because as soon as you see that lineup with them two in it and another snail with them, it just kind of sets you back straight away, doesn't it? It makes us too defensive against a team like Newcastle who, okay, they got the result yesterday, but again, they're not on a hot streak of form at all. I can't have us playing like that at home because if we're expecting that to be good enough for us to stay up our home form, then it needs to improve as well, mate. Because we got a draw against Man City, we got a draw against Chelsea, which under any other circumstances would be fantastic. But we're getting to a point now where I think if we're not getting maximum points from these home games, it puts so much added pressure on the remaining games, and I'm not liking it. So. For me, it's got to start with the lineup on Friday, and I don't want to see both of them together. Ideally, I think Freuler needs a rest. Take him out of the firing line for a little while. Bring Danilo back in. Bring Scarpa back in, and let's see where we go from there.
Yeah, I agree with that. And just like I and others in the chat have said, it's get back to basics again. Stop the Hollywood balls that never work. Navas probably, even though you got a 50-50 chance of hitting your own person when you do a long kick, it still seems to be 20% to our team and 80% to the opposition. So play it short, but don't play it to Worrell to do a Hollywood ball.
Yeah, and that's
play it to one of the midfielders that are kind of better passers than the defenders. That's kind of what they practice to do. Let Worrell do his job and get the tackles in and the last-ditch tackles.
And we're not winning any second balls either. We missed the first ball. We're not attacking that second ball. I've not seen us win one. And what is that saying about the way we're set up? That if the ball goes and don't attack it, don't chase it. I don't know, but the system seems to be all wrong, and the players aren't playing with much confidence at the moment.
I might
just quickly, Robot, you keep saying Scarpa's in Brazil. Where the fuck are you hearing that? He was at the game. Yes, when was the game? Was it yesterday?
Saturday.
I don't know where he is, and
I've seen nothing to suggest that.
yeah,
so.
and Jono, yeah, it's a groin injury. He's done the scan today, I believe. I don't think they've released to the extent of it, but you know what the medical team is like. He'll be out for the rest of the season. So
With the groin.
he left to Brazil today. Are you actually? Where are you hearing that, Lucky?
Yeah, sources, please.
Yeah, man. Yeah, in the know, Lucky.
Not doubting you for one second, but
we've been setting up for about 5 hours, so we ain't seen shit.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. You could have walked to fucking Brazil in the time it took us to set up.
And
On
let
his
me ask you this
Instagram.
question:
Yes.
Would you drop both Freuler and Shelby if I offered you a Yates and Danilo in replacement?
Oh yes, I would.
Chat, would you? Chat, would you? So you would?
Not a moment's hesitation. No, I really like what I've seen of Danilo. I really like what I've been told about Danilo from our Brazilian friend.
Shout out, Mario.
Shout out to Mario. And I want to see him in our team. And let's be absolutely honest here. He could not possibly be less effective than either Freud or Shelby at the moment. Yeah. And as for Yatesy, Yates is
If he's
for
fit,
me. For me, he's done enough to show that he's a valuable member of that team, and he certainly puts himself about. That's for sure. He's got some. When I say heart and soul, I don't mean because he's from Nottingham. I mean it's just as a footballer, he's got a lot of heart, a lot of grit, a lot of guts, and he gets stuck in. And let's face it, we're missing that in that midfield. We're missing that dog in there. You know, another player that could do a great job is Lewis O'Brien. Sadly, he's not got a squad number. He's on his way to MLS.
Wait, hold on. This is Scarpa's thing.
Yeah, it looks like he's at the airport, doesn't it?
Lucky Robot, I apologise. I mean, I didn't doubt you. I was just wondering where your sources were.
Yeah, so we weren't doubting. Just wanted to know where it came from.
What the actual fuck? Someone translate to Presando or Mies.
Struggling on that one a little bit.
So what does it say?
Practice your pronunciation.
Nice.
Presendo or Mias. Guys in the chat, help.
Scorchio.
What the hell does that mean?
Where was that from?
That's from his Instagram.
Is it?
From a fashion.
Mate, is there
Remember
some-
that? Spacebar. Remember that one?
Is there some beef? Is there some beef with him and Coops? Are we seeing an O'Brien 2.0?
Are his
Friday
wife and
2.0?
kids in Brazil or over here?
Yeah, it's got to be something. If that's the case, it's got to be something to do with his newborn, hasn't it? Has to be, surely.
That's pissed me off.
Hey, you could still be back in time for Friday, mate.
Mate, Brazil is like a 7-hour flight?
Yeah, it's 24 hours. In a
Yeah,
day.
I mean, flying takes it out of you anyway. 'Cause it's not just a 7-hour flight. It's like 3 or 4 hours in the airport before you go.
Are you joking, mate? He's going to be flying private. He's not going EasyJet.
Don't matter.
It's not going EasyJet.
EasyJet don't go to Brazil anyway, mate.
No, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Struggle to get to Amsterdam.
Even if you're traveling business class, I can tell you, flying takes.
It's
it
not
out of you.
about business class. It's private, man. They go private.
That's the translation for you from Christopher and Lucky Robot. No, that's the translation.
Oh, I need to pray more. Is that what it said? Okay, he said he needs to pray more.
Mm-hmm.
Is he turned Muslim?
Well, he lost all the crypto money, didn't he? So
I can only think his missus is going into labour or something. Could that be what it is?
She's had it, hasn't she?
She's had the baby, hasn't she?
She had
Well,
it.
That's so we've heard.
She had
Maybe
it in
it's twins and then he won't
the
come out.
dugout. It's great.
No, at the Tottenham Stadium, mate. That's where they were.
Okay, it sounds like it's the
probably
cryptocurrency.
It's probably
Yeah.
getting inside
And
information.
Ant's getting a call from Marinakis.
Oh,
He said it's because of the cryptocurrency. It's because of the cryptocurrency stuff. That means he's not going to be here
Yeah.
for Friday. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, he won't be here Friday. That's right, Iggy.
Pray more or play
Play
more.
more.
I like that.
Right, so what's the lineup then? Who we got? Right, so that's
if
Nico
Jono's
Williams
out-
on the right then, isn't it?
I'd put Dennis on the right. Screw it.
that brings Dennis in.
And who'd
Yeah.
you put on the
I think
left?
that means Lingard gets another one.
Oh, don't.
Oh no.
Why'd you have to? Yeah, no.
Well,
Don't.
Lingard's going. Lingard's done. He's not being renewed. He's done. So that's definitely confirmed-ish in the reports that came out today.
Okay,
Are either of you disappointed? Or is anyone in the chat? Yes or no, guys in the chat? And you're right, Frankie. He will start. Are you serious? Anyone in the chat? As things stand, Lingard's contract won't be renewed, according to reports today. Is anyone in the chat bothered? Yes or no? You two, are you bothered?
No. Nope.
No, I'm sad that it didn't work out because I was quite excited when he came, but he's just not. It's just not gone for him, has it? Whatever reason, it's just not.
Yeah,
it's just not gone for him.
He should.
I'm
glad he didn't do a.
I'm glad there was no option that after he's played so many games, it triggers a contract extension or anything like that.
Have we heard that one before?
Yeah, well, just no. It's no loss for us, mate. I think it will actually take. Obviously, it will free up a lot of cash, and it will probably take some pressure off some of the other players who feel like, I don't know, that we have to be mates with him or what. I don't know, but he's probably a nice guy off the pitch. But you know what? That's not what it's about. It's about the performances and getting us out of the mess that we're in. And he hasn't done it, unfortunately. So no loss. Unfortunately, I wish.
For me, I don't know if this sounds controversial or not.
But celebrations.
I don't know. I don't know if I can say this or not, but fuck it, I'm gonna say it. You know how he's had all these off the field issues, with his mental health, with whatever else is going on, the injuries and everything else, yeah. Should they not have just said to him, just go away for a couple of months? Sort yourself out. Surely, them trying to force him back into training and into the match day squad last weekend, it to me doesn't make sense. If his head isn't clear, then surely he's better off
because he's an investment. They've put money into him, so they want to get the maximum out of their investment. But if a car needs to go in for a service, you got to take it in for its service. You can't carry on and expect it's not going to crash at some point. So I don't know, mate. He's had enough time on the sidelines. He's had enough injuries to keep him out. But I don't know. For me, I think we've tried everything. I think we genuinely have, because he's such a big investment. But other than that, I don't think he's deserved the time that we've given him, and he's certainly not repaid Cooper or anybody else involved, whether it's Marinakis who got Marinakis Jr. who got the deal over the line or whatever. He's not repaid that faith in him, so it's time for you to go, Jesse.
I ain't convinced of that, Ez. I ain't convinced of that, because they said, I remember specifically when he signed, Cooper said he went down to London, met with him, looked in his eyes, he looked in his, they talked, he liked the plan.
I agree. I don't think he set up the move. I don't think he had the interest. I think the interest came from Marinakis Jr. And once the deal was on the table, then Cooper's like, well, I've got to go and find out, look him in the eyes and see if he wants it. Well, you got deceived, mate. I'm sorry, Coops, you got deceived.
All I would say, I don't know if you agree, Dino, but I did like the signing of Lingard because it showed, as in the signing, not the player,
ambition.
because it showed, exactly, ambition, and it was almost like here we go, we've arrived in the Premier League, we're Forest, we buy who we want when we want, screw West Ham, screw all the others that were interested. But as a footballer, after a couple of games, I was not convinced, and I was calling him out. Dino, me and you were his biggest critics, almost, weren't we?
I mean, it was a risk, wasn't he? It was a risk. He was a risk. They didn't like him at United. They loved him at West Ham. I don't know whether it was a bit of one-upmanship, puffing our chest out saying we can sign these sort of players with its pedigree. Yeah. But he's been a bit like a Dele Alli a lot of his career, hasn't he? He's kind of been really good and then patches of bad form and then... But listen, at the end of the day, if you're going to buy as many players as we've bought, which is what, 30 now, 29, something like that, overall, then we're going to have some ones that just don't work out, and he's one of them. But on the flip side, look, we've got Lodi, we've got Felipe, been brilliant, Aurier, fantastic. Never thought he'd be that good. MGW, well worth the money in the end, and. We've had some good ones, but we've got some just underperforming at the minute, and they need to take a good look at themselves, and help the manager out, because the manager's getting all the flack. And I'm guilty of that, giving him the flack, and passing a ball 10 yards to your own player isn't that difficult. I'm sorry.
That's not down to the manager, is it? That's down to the players on the pitch. So yeah, they've not pulled their weight and they're not helping him out. And that's why we say what we've got to say.
I want to ask an interesting question now. I don't know if it's interesting. In my head it is. Well, firstly, before I do, Stoney, can we have a like update, please? How many of you hit the like? We're nearly at 200 in here now. I can't believe.
Can I just briefly say, I don't know if you discussed it whilst I was
we all heard the conversation. It's to do with the crypto. Yeah. Cheers in the know, Nathan. Appreciate it. We're on 85. Guys, 20, 50 more of you need to hit that like
Come on, guys,
right
we can
now.
We can do it.
And don't forget, in like 10 minutes, we're going to go down to, where are we going again? I keep forgetting.
Waterside Bar.
Yeah.
It's on Trent Bridge.
Is anyone coming? Is anyone coming?
Yeah, is anyone coming? It's on Trent Bridge, just opposite the stadium. Stadium.
It's park in there. Park in there.
Yeah.
Say in if you're in, yeah. But otherwise
we won't go.
Otherwise, Wolverine's got a long drive anyway. Yeah.
I gotta get back to Scotland, man. The Scotland Nottingham. Anyway, the question I want to ask, right? I'll ask you, Ant. I'll ask you. Of the 30 billion players that we've bought, right? How many currently would you say you would class as a success? Guys in the chat, list the names out. You two get ready. I'm coming to you with that question as well.
Yeah,
sorry, we didn't even hear the question.
Of the 3 billion signings we've had, yeah, which ones would you class as a success? Like, were worth the money, so to speak. Okay, Ant, you're going first.
Yeah, I would say Navas because we needed him and he's better than Hennessy. I would say Aurier. I would say Niakate, even though he's been injured. I would say Bolly.
I can't give you Niakate.
Okay.
I can't. Even though I would agree. But
with an asterisk. Then.
Asterisk, so I'll 2.
And Bolly. Another half asterisk.
All right, that makes 1 between the two of them, right?
MGW.
I'll give you that one.
I would still say Scarpa and Danilo, but asterisks against them because they've not been given a chance.
And he's going to Brazil.
And this is going to be a controversial one. I quite like Agnew. I think what I've seen of him is he's done all right.
Who? Are you?
Sorry.
Was that signing 31 or something?
You know what? As I was saying it, I thought it's not quite right, but it's as close as I'm going to get at this point in time. Yeah, I quite like Ayew. I think it's shown little glimpses.
It's a bit like calling Danilo Diallo, isn't it?
I can't say Ayew's a success because we've only seen very brief glimpses, but.
All right. Let me rephrase the question back to these two. Don't include the January ones. Let's say it's too early to quote those. Of the 23, 24 of the summer ones, which ones would you do? Before you answer that, bring up a few of the comments if you don't mind of what the guys are saying.
Obviously, I've got to look at Bardet. I've got to look at Biancone. They're all great signings. We just never got to see him play. But of the ones that we've seen play, obviously MG Dubs is top of that list. 1 year before he got injured, started showing the promise.
Hendo.
And looked like a 10 to 15 goal a season striker in the Premier League, which is almost invaluable for a team in that position.
That's good.
I don't know if we can count Hendo because he's a loan signing, but Hendo you got to put in there. Body you got to put in there. And of the earlier signings, I'd probably the only other one was the last minute one was Aurier. Aurier, the free signing was probably one of the best.
So, what about Mangala?
No.
Lewis O'Brien?
I would say yes.
Early season.
Early season. No, him and Mangala were fantastic.
But he didn't deserve.
I'm sorry, but right now O'Brien fits the profile that we need because he breaks the ball forward. Yeah. So what an absolute shit show that has been with him.
Yeah,
one of the things that
has to be a non-footballing reason. Has to be.
Yeah, it's called stupidity.
No.
They've included Chiarte, who's injured in that squad. And you had O'Brien was fit and rearing to go. So it's got to be non-footballing reasons, maybe, behind that.
Chiarte, I've got nothing against him. He grew on me, as I've said, for pretty much all season. But can you explain to me the thinking and the logic behind, look, it's now what are we? We're in March now, yeah. So the transfer window's been closed for a month and a half, roughly.
Yeah.
Well, what's the date today? Yeah, month and a half, right? Isn't it just sheer? Like, it's got to be what you said. It's got to be internal beef. Because why wouldn't you just?
None of us said Loddy.
No, we did. Oh, we didn't. No, we
Yeah,
didn't,
Loddy would have been my first because
He's not from Nottingham. He's not from Nottingham.
Yeah.
he's
not from
really
Nottingham.
come
To
on.
me, he's one of the best.
Yeah, but he's not from Nottingham, so you can't have him. Yeah. No, but my point on O'Brien,
you
the
dog.
point I'm trying to get to here is Kyote, whatever his name is. Kyote. He should have been dropped from the 25-man squad. Not because he's not good, but because he's out till mid-March. They would have known this, yeah?
Yeah.
And he's probably not
but
going to
that's
be
what I'm
match
saying,
fit
that's
for
what
2
I'm
weeks.
saying.
O'Brien should have been
But
in
that's
there.
what I'm saying.
I know.
It's a non-footballing decision. He's fallen out with somebody. Now, there was this rumour about him having a bit of a tussle with MGW at Leicester
Yates,
game.
yeah.
Have a look.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
so
half
someone-
my Leicester.
so-
He didn't come out
and-
for the
and
second
he-
half, did he?
Huh?
He didn't come out for a second half, did he? In that game,
No.
O'Brien. He got subbed at half time, didn't he? In that game.
Yeah, and there was something
Yeah.
that, there were rumours going. And since then, he very rarely got a look in. So, and obviously MGW is Cooper's baby, fair enough. Yates is our local boy. So if you upset them two, you're on your way.
Well,
aren't
the
you?
rumour was actually
But
that it upset John Owen Williams. Excuse me.
There's all kinds of rumors, man. There's all kinds of rumors. And then, but the thing is, then he was then included in the Blackpool team. Do you remember he played in that shit show that we saw at
No.
Blackpool?
He was awful.
That's
He
the
was
answer.
awful.
It was Blackpool against Blackpool in the cup.
Scarpa got dragged into that one, didn't he? Yeah. I know it's only been a short stream, but I think maybe we wrap it up because we're going to go down to where are we going again?
Waterside Bowl.
Yeah. So if any of you want to meet us, I don't know how long we're going to be there. Like half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll probably be there in about
Maybe last
15.
order.
I might still be in there till they kick me out. So I can roll home from
He
there.
can roll home. We got to drive.
Yeah, I got to drive home, right? So yeah, if anyone wants to come down, you're more than welcome to come say hi to us. And if you're nice, Ant will buy you a drink.
We'll be the ones that look like a bloody stag party.
Out of the
The
Compton.
FFTV credit card, yeah. Wait, it shuts at 11. All right, we'll be there till 11 then. We'll be there till 11. So, yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna pack this mess. Oh my god, imagine they could see this mess. Mylene, we love you. We're sorry. But boys, yeah, it was just we were down here. We thought, why not just hook up a stream together? And
Yeah, sorry about the mess up of the first one, but
But
that
yeah,
was
I mean, we'll
probably
give you
more
guys a bit
fun.
more notice next time we do this. It's all down to Wolverine whenever he can make it down.
Mark's just come in there. It's just taken the comment of the night. Just at the death, the 97th minute.
He shoots from outside the
Boom,
box,
Mark.
man. Stop in.
That's boom.
Come to Sky.
All right, guys, have a good one. We'll speak to you tomorrow, no doubt.
Cheers, guys. See you
Come on,
soon.
you Reds.
You Reds.
You Reds.